a little bit of background for it. I can just tell me a little bit because I like I started language school with like I teach Norwegian. I started like 2 years ago. It was kind of just started in terms of like COVID started. I was like, what I'm gonna do with my life, because football kind of finished. I was like, So I started going to this language school of English, started teaching there a little bit, and then they took a little bit of piss with me. It was like some problems, with the contract. You know how it is when you work for someone else. It's obviously like, you wanted something and then you don't get it, and then maybe they take advantage of you. Like, it's like fuck. And I was like, let's just go on Instagram and just start posting videos of like, literally what I did in the beginning, bro, was like, I took like,
I remember.
I think you know this thing before. And it was just started on Instagram, like English and Norwegian, both of them, remember. So I started like English, just posting like, I went to like 1,000 most common words in Norwegian and just like screenshot, like on the phone, like I just posted like one every day. It's like
maximum
whatever,
stealing content.
Like so.
No, bro, you actually set up like seriously. I mean, it's obviously a successful marketing campaign because you have thousands of followers in different social media accounts. But bro, you have no fucking clue about. I'm the marketing guy, and you just made it like, duh. That was like, sick, bro.
Yeah, bro. So it's just like I started like that, and then it kind of like it went. I remember that summer, like it's 4 or 5 months. It just went for like I started getting a couple of hundred just with that. I was like, okay, whatever. Like I don't think about that. I went home to work in Norway a little bit in a summer job, and then I was just started posting. Okay, let's make it a little bit. So I started posting some stories about some tips and advices. I started being more active, like reaching out to them. We need some help. Started actually connecting with them and asking their questions, and kind of like creating that thing that like. Instead of just creating content now, I was listening to them, their problems, and then based on that, I was creating content. It's a little bit different strategy, a little bit. So I started growing, and all of a sudden it was like 1,000, 2,000. It's like it's actually working, this thing, and people are actually liking it. So I started a little bit more serious, where I actually made some effort a little bit. I'm really bad at the like design things, But I started like just a little bit putting it a little bit into place, some important words. And then with the time also I started with some, I actually spoke myself and was explaining different things, and also difficult vocabulary for people. So it started up like that, and that in the end I actually managed to grow to a couple of thousand. I reached 10,000 and 15,000. So it's been a crazy journey with that thing, bro. So yeah.
Yeah, bro, one sec, because my Wi-Fi... piece of shit Wi-Fi. Okay, I heard everything a little late, but yeah. So, okay, bro. Yeah. So you said the story there. So let me know more.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So and then in the end, I just I started doing classes, like small classes, just 4 people. Then I started with more and more. I actually started one-on-one, like with one guy. It was like some guy from Torino or something, like one Italian guy. Like, hey, like, can you explain this? I was like, okay. It's like super. 1 hour a week, remember, there's this guy, he was paying me 10 hours an hour, like just once a week, I got 10 hours,
10
euros. 10 euros, it's like, okay, whatever.
That's some bartender shit, like, no, in Spain, 10 euros an hour is like, oh my god, you say, no, here when you hear like the jobs like 6 euros the hour, it's like, wow.
No, yeah, bro, for sure. I was actually working myself, a little bit off story here, but I was actually working myself in Spain as a food delivery guy. I was making 4 euros an hour, 5 years or something. We're working for like a few months. So it's like, I know that's
I will tell you something
like,
about when you finish the thing now. I will tell you something about that shit. I need to remember it. Yeah, continue with your stuff, bro. You're gonna love.
Yeah, so basically it started out like that. I told you I had one guy. This guy was just like paying me 10 euros an hour. It's like, okay. So I started out, and some people just kept on writing me. I started, okay, let me accept more and more. I was still one-on-one here at this point, but I was like, okay. In the end, I was actually making, okay, I can actually pay rent with this thing. It's like, cool, for me, for that point, it's like, this cool. Like I can actually travel, do what I want, and pay rent with. I was like, nice, man. I was really like getting that motivation, like I actually realized, like, wow. And then I started just putting my effort there. I still had my studies. I was doing things. So I had like both of those things, but I was like putting a little bit more there, and I actually managed to get more and more to points like, damn, I actually make a group of 4 people here, just see what happens, just try. It worked out fine. Then I managed to go from 4, then I managed to go off from a lot of groups there, and now actually 10 and 15 people
and all
in
the
group. So just
all this growth,
yeah,
from 4 to 15, it was always thanks to the social media and people just finding you organically and sending you a message and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was mainly Instagram. mainly Instagram. There was a little bit of and people who knew someone else and you wanted to learn. It was like,
that's just the key. So also for my business, it has worked like that. Although my business is quite different, what I do, which is a more consultant with SEO and ranking websites, but it's still solving a problem. That's what a business is. So, but it's literally key. Whatever business you do, whether it's retail, small thing, big thing, you or more people, whatever, is to try to get, with a strategy, people to you rather than you to them. Because this is what you did. I mean, imagine the other way around. If you had to get clients going, going into university or going to places, trying to do networking to get clients, that's just so long. And again, in terms of negotiating the pricing of the school or something, because you're going to them like €6 an hour. But when they come to you, you are already in a more authoritative, you have authority in them, and you're finding the right people. So the people that actually want you. Why? Because they contacted you. So it's a game changer. That's key. To put resources, if you're gonna make a business, to try to get that done as soon as possible. Even if it's a few clients, you don't even have to grow so fast, but a few clients until you can pay rent, like you said. That feeling is like, literally, I'm just creating money. It really feels like that because you don't work for someone. When you work for someone, you're working. But when you create your own thing, especially at the beginning when it's little, and you're like, man, I literally just made things and I can pay stuff with it. For me, it was really the feeling of
that's crazy.
What's going on here? It's unbelievable.
100%.
Continue.
100%, man. Yeah, so exactly what you said there, bro. Just like reaching that point when it's obviously for me, it's always like, no matter how much money I get in or how it's gonna happen, it's always gonna be for me going from zero to like I can pay for myself. It's gonna be the best feeling ever. Anyway, like I don't really care if I make like millions or whatever, but the feeling of like going from nothing, like you are in. If you have no like income, I feel like you don't have any. What can I say? You have no like freedom to do things. You don't have no power a little bit because you can't really. You're depending on always on other people's money or whatever. If it's parents or whatever you're lending, whatever you're gonna do, like. So that point for me was like super like, damn, this actually works. That was for me like. With all the if you put a timeline, like the beginning there, it's like, damn, this is fucking nice. So that was for me like a big thing, and so from there, bro, it just went up. What happened from there? I got some, I started paying for myself a little bit, and then I actually was thinking like, let's try to get more of these things, see what happens. Just also the feeling of like, I'm helping so many people. It just felt so good. So I just started going super hard on Instagram. I started with YouTube a little as well, Facebook, started at different platforms. I started studying books about how to do this, studying courses, so just getting really into this thing. And actually, I stopped the university to just go.
That's a typical story, yeah? Like, I left my studies for those, and then...
I'm a college dropout. Like
you started in your garage. Like, oh, shit, my...
Bro.
But yeah.
You know what I want to do, bro? Like, what can I be the headline? Like, start like college dropout SEO.
Bro, I think that would be a better name than your Instagram, bro. Your Instagram is like underscore, like two underscore together is horrendous, bro. You need to change your Instagram name, man. It's like. Is it like Norwegian underscore Academy underscore some bullshit?
No, it was not the.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Like, let's put
that's
two.
So annoying.
Yeah, bro, and actually from there it grew quite a lot, and now lately I actually been managing these people, and now lately I just put my time all in all, my last weeks have been to find a teacher to help me with this thing because there's so many people writing me, so it's been like teacher. At the same time, dealing with all the rules and all the taxes, all the things going on. I'm going to tell you
just before before you continue with the story, just to give a little context there, it was quite a big game changer for you from the story you said. Between less than a year ago or a few months ago, the big changing point for you was trying to automate the stuff. So rather than what you always say, bro, of like selling your time for money, which is great if you can get a good price per hour and stuff, but what you were trying to do is to create a course, right? That a part of the course, so a part of the academy is you. So you're always going to do lessons, but another part, which is the new part you created, was creating a course that you put a lot of time into it, but then when it's done, and people buy it, they pay money, they enroll. So you're actually getting money there. It's like another source of money that you're not trading time for it. So that's definitely a game changer. So that's what you're looking for to do now, right?
100%. Yes, exactly. Really good. Yeah, exactly. That was a good one. So it's always been for me, when I was doing this thing, I was always having lessons. It was good. I was making money to live and stuff. But I was always two motivations, I think. First of all, that I felt like, okay, my input is my output. So if I put more hours here, like work super lot, I'll get more money. Okay. Second of all, like think about, I'm really like this business is depending 100% on me. If I get a period where I have no energy, I don't want to do this, because you know how it is in business, like you have this weeks, you're like, let's go, like fucking let's go, like everything is so cool, and you have a motivation, and then it's like those weeks where it's like you feel like uninspired. You don't want to be there a little bit. Like you want to be there, but just like the motivation.
Especially as that we want to do a lot of things. Because like we said last episode, we used to play football. We literally had the same story before. Bro, it's weird saying this to you rather than to the camera, because normally I talk to the videos like we're talking to the audience. I'm telling you something you already know. It's like, but it's good to give context as well. That we used to be like super focused in football, but we both liked other things. That's why we're best friends. Like we're so similar to each other. So even now, we have our own businesses or on different niches, but we literally like everything, like sports, philosophy, business, like the problem with that is that sometimes you want to do too many things at once, right? And it's definitely
exactly, that's kind of my problem as well. But I like to stay curious in a way. So I was saying that so it was also the second reason of that I didn't like the feeling of, if I'm go away for a little bit, or I don't know, I get sick, or my family gets sick, or someone gets sick, I need to do something, whatever it is. I step aside a little bit, and then the whole business just crashes. So as my focus has been a little bit to make something that is sustainable for me, that I know that I'm picturing like in a future now, like a system where the business is running, just helping so many people, getting money, and at the same time, I can be there if I want to. If not, I can step aside, but the thing is still working. So that's why my kind of focus has been now to put good places, good people in good places, good systems. I'm speaking with a lot of different people right now. I have 2 teachers I'm speaking with. I have one like content creator kind of thing, so like 2 things. Then I have one that is going to take care of all the computer engineering stuff, like all the systems, make everything effective. Because I need, obviously I have the people creating content, teachers, but I need also some kind of where to put the students in an organized way so everyone can have access to it. It's a lot of things basically. So I'm trying to organize this machine of a system where I can beat, like being there, motivating people, being there, like checking everything's good, but also that if something happens or I don't want to be there for a little bit, I want to do something else. I can step aside and come back. Without the whole thing.
Like if you want to put more hours and focus a lot, is to grow something that is already making money, not just about money. You actually providing value, teaching Norwegian. And if you want to put money, will grow, resources, like your time and effort, it will grow. But if you don't, it's not going to crumble. It's going to stay there the same.
Exactly. I had this thing in my mind the other day. It was like, I tried to change my perspective, I think, especially because when I was trying actually this week, I actually had the first official lessons with 5 lessons with
the girl, right?
Alone.
So the teacher I know. No, I don't know her, but I know
This is another one.
So you have 2 teachers now.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So I will explain it a little bit, because I had one, I don't know, I told you, she's creating the content. So it's like for me that she's creating it. So the students has everything. It's like, that was a really good step for me because the content was so much time. Everything needs to be good. Now it's about, I have a teacher that takes the actual classes there, like that can actually be in the Zoom classes and like explain.
Because the first one couldn't do everything in the end. It was too much, or?
Yeah. So I wanted, because I see I want to have like the right. I hired her for the content creation, because she's super creative. She has that thing, but I don't picture her in the lessons for some reasons that I wanted some other person to do it, because I just see like the personality. You have different personality for different jobs. She's better for this for sure. The other one is better for the content. She's have a different character, different skills. I would just say like different strength. So I was thinking, I'm trying to get really good people there and really good people here in the.
And these are the decisions. This is your role now. CEO of Preben Norwegian Academy. It's these decisions, because sometimes the CEO role, I don't know how to say it, like you're not actually like working there today, day to day, but your decisions could change, are way more important, could bring the business to this side or this side. So this is a decision, in my opinion,
100%, bro.
that, you know, is a big one, and it could probably, because it follows the logic, will work pretty well, because a lot of people do the opposite. They get one person and they try to save money or to save a hassle for them to do everything. And to be fair, being a teacher, teaching people, and even though it's the same niche of teaching, creating content is two different set of skills. So it's good that you were able to like identify that, okay, this girl can do this, she's better at creating the content, but in the lesson, you know, maybe I should find someone. Also, so she doesn't go crazy also, because maybe it's too much. Yeah, so that's a big decision.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to have both. Also, like, for example, if even though they're not working full time right now, it is my plan. My plan is to make them full time at the end, like to have those that thing going on, you know. But so also, like in the beginning, I have two people. If one of them, I don't know, something happens, I'm not like fuck, I'm alone again. I have to do everything. So like I can, in worst case, there's okay, you have to do both of them things now, like for them. So it's like a thing. I started, I think like a few reflecting a little bit this week of like how to think about this business now, because before I was thinking of work, and then maybe see if I can put people there and see if it works. Now I'm thinking more like an engine where I kind of step out of the engine. I build the engine first, and then make sure everything's like all the parts work. They're super good. Have, if I could look at this, the best parts in the engine for the engine to be amazing. So I step aside, but I think that as this owner of the engine, I'll say, it needs some kind of maintenance. It need cleaning. I'll say that the cleaning. The business needs maybe get motivated. Some people like slack off, or maybe some people have problems. I'm like what's the problem here? How is it going? Maybe people are struggling with something psychologically. So there can be different things like it stops working, or some people, or the money goes down, or whatever it's going to be. So then I need to be the one who's like go in, fix it, make the changes, support them. I think of my role a little bit more like that, rather than being inside and going crazy with all those things. So I'm starting.
No, it's like I said, like a decision-making role and like a checking role. It's more or less a mix between a CEO of the decisions and like a manager. You know, the manager doesn't actually do. He tells people what to do. That's why many people hate their managers. They tell them what to do. But it's a mix of those two. It's a mix of those two. But I like that. Yes. I like. In my job, I mean, that's obviously what I'm looking to do also in the future and so on. It's just so much better to, well, again, everyone's different, but like just to make decisions. Because when you make a decision, as humans, we do the work to find, understand, research, and then actually make the decision. And you're like, okay, I want it done. Like you want something and then you want it done. But when you are the one who has to do it, which is for my job right now, it's like I make decisions, this website, we're going to do this strategy. And then it's like, shit, I need to do all this shit. It's so much better if you can just tell someone, because, you know, because you have time for other things and everything is faster and your decision, you get the results way faster. And it's like an octopus a little bit, like da.
Yeah, bro, 100%. Like, if you think about it, like I was really reflecting, I'm making like a sketch on like my notes pads, like how to do it. And also I was thinking like, let's speak with the teacher and have her teach. And then she reports to me. I report to the content creator and see to optimize this thing, like to see, you know, what do we need? But I was thinking again, like this is kind of a stupid way to do it. Like, let's put the teacher there. Let's put the content creator there and let them speak with each other. Not me. I don't have to be in there. Like, why do you have to be the reporting, just checking? It's like, I don't know. Like, if you could find people that it's still early for me, but find people that I can trust, good pieces of the engine, that they can actually communicate with each other. Like, there's a problem with this thing on the platform. They have a Zoom call, they speak with it. You have to fix these things. Like, that's how it should be. Like, I shouldn't be the one who was like in the middle, like a transmit, like, oh, do this.
Yeah, that
like,
happened to me with a client. With a client of. I was the SEO, it was the owner, the Forex client from London, and then the writer. And at the beginning, I was speaking with him to the right, and then I was like, can I just speak with the writer? And because the writer, was like not part of the business, man. It was like third party. I think at the beginning he was like, no, well, but then in the end it was a mess, and I think my client convinced him, and now we're speaking like super efficient. So it's definitely, but be careful. Imagine you're like for like a few months. months you do it, you're like, man, everything's working better. And then both at the same time, they're like, oh, we go. And you're like, fuck. And then you see like some new Norwegian academy, they just steal your idea and they open. You'll be like, damn.
Yeah, no. Bro, exactly. Regarding that, bro, I have still like bad, I don't know if we're going to time for all this day, but about that, I was going to say, because I've really been reflecting on that as well, because I have a lesson to share with you, bro. So that's why I'm going to say it now. Because I was going to, with this thing that preventing all those things from happening, I've really been like including, not yet, but I'm going to more and more including like legal stuff, because to have things regulated, to have the copyright, I'm going to explain you why now, what happened. But basically that I'm really like more respect for the law, I will say. Now, I will tell you why now. But it's like, because I want to have people, accountant and lawyers involved, because I'll explain that. Because it's like, there's so many things with business, bro. I was, you know the way I am. I am like, I always look at myself as details in the short term. I don't really care that much about that. Like, for example, a text of a video, or for example, link to this thing. I'm not really good with that. It's because it's not the way I am. I'm not like, my mind is not like, look at this. I'm more like a vision in the future, like
maybe
in 5 years.
Not so technical. Maybe you would say that's like technical when you're really looking at things and this link didn't work. Normally that's a technical profile.
Exactly. So that's why I'm looking at the way I am. I would say, without drawing any conclusion, like I'm this, not this, just like the way I like to be. Maybe like I like to be more efficient. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create. So I will really just put other people to do those things, because the people that I find now, I'm really like smart about. They need to be the one who care about the details, because I'm not. You know, that's why I'm really careful. Like, when I tested them, I was really like, okay, this thing, and I was like, my teacher now, she was like, this thing, we need to fix this thing. We need to organize this thing better. I was like, yes, that's what I need.
Yeah, that's such a good feeling when you get someone, especially fast, bro, because to my understanding, you really haven't been suffering too much to find someone, no? You put a LinkedIn post, you do this, and then...
Yeah, no, I was looking quite a bit, bro, actually, with that. I was really, I was actually, LinkedIn, I was on different platforms, I was creating ads on Facebook, I was going all over the place to find...
to hire someone?
No, it was actually, it was not, to find some good people.
Oh, I didn't know you put all the effort.
Yeah,
no. Then it's good.
So I swear, bro. Yeah, it's I would say it's a mix of things. Like, to find someone, first of all, that, bro. This was me, bro. I was looking for a teacher. Like, I was putting in my like to-do list for that week. Find teacher, automate it. I was like, this is gonna be fast. I started looking. I was like writing people on LinkedIn. Right? They were like, I'm working already. Like fuck off. I'm working. Like, how do you find
Imagine you saying everyone first of all, bro, like fuck off to everyone who's like yo.
Because first of all, like, if you think about it, how do you find someone to be someone that is not working, which is Norwegian teachers, not easy. Number two, it needs to be good, that fits your system. So that thing is not easy, bro. So you need to find three, someone you trust. Is really important things that I didn't think about. It was like, just find someone, but it's really important. And I realized that I learned a lot about this thing, and finding good people is really difficult. And I was going to say I'm speaking a lot here, bro, but my lesson was that I'm going to share this thing. I'm
actually laughing because I see you're motivated, bro. You're just like the if someone here sees the last podcast, this man was like chilling like this, and I was like, he's doing the same thing he does in his YouTube videos for the academy. He does these TikToks, like minimum transitions, like super just without editing, and they get like thousands of views, and he's always with the hand like, yeah, you speak so different in the stories, bro. You're like, the best place in Norway to get is here, and then it's like, what is it? Maximum different.
Yeah, I think.
Tell me the big learning point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so bro, it was because, like I said, I was always like, just like do things, whatever happens, bro. But I realized this fucking weeks that it's not about. It's not always the case that it's the best, because I'm always like, just not think that much, just like fucking do and try.